Guys, there we go. We're gonna demotor this motor. Take this off. Get this off. That's off. The next step is to take this off, guys. Here we are at. Alright, to access more into the motor, basically gotta take these off. Which half of you probably won't have this. So next step is to take the door card off, or the trim card, whatever you want to really call it. So here we are, taking the trim card off.
Here we are.
Guys, so we're in the process of taking this off.
So once we take this off, we'll be able to see the inside of the door.
Alright, cool. Take this off. There we go. Once we take this off, we are exposed with these clips. So what we got to do, they're pretty much like Allen key type style ones, alright? So put that in there. I don't know if majority might have this, so it's a free Allen key, yeah? Alright, so all you do is literally just Guys, here we are at, we've exposed the motor eventually. So the motor's here, with the windscreen. There's two 10mm as far as I can see that I'm aware of. This is the water line. This is the electric sensor that operates it. So we've got disconnect that, disconnect that, disconnect that, and take it out. And then yeah, let's see how it goes. So what we got to do now is take this off, take that off, which I feel like this is just a clip. There you go, that's off, literally, for the water feed for the motor. If I'm not wrong, this should be a housing on there. So if we disconnect the housing, it should just come off. Alright, so eventually that is just literally a clip. So you undo that clip. Let me just show it again. So you put that in like that, and then you clip that on, and that just stays, and then you unclip it, and then bosh. That's how it disconnects. And then this, I need to investigate it a bit more. I feel like it's just more. I feel like it's more of a housing than. So yeah. All right, cool. Let's just connect that. And then see how it goes. I'm sure it's a 10 mil, so let's, yep, wow, it's quite a bit tight. There we go. There you go, another one up there. Boom. Yeah, that's good. Hopefully that should give us a bit of a slack to understand the how to take that sensor off to operate it. Alright, now what we got to do, yeah, I feel that we need to take the grommet out on the outside. So back to the front, one sec. Now we've loosened the housing inside, I feel like we need to figure out how this works. I feel like this, we push that in. There you go. There you go. So that's eventually, it's out now, pretty much. So let's open the door. Okay, so that's pretty much out. Alright. So what we've got to do now is literally get this out without it being a major of a problem. I'm gonna do that. Alright, one sec. Alright, so basically, yeah, to be able to take the motor out, yeah, alright, if you loosen these bolts and take it out and ever so slightly tilt this backwards, you might be able to wiggle it out. Oh my god, this weather is literally, it's got bipolar. Look, it's gone all cloudy again. But it's a lot of movement that you need to do. Like, you got to literally move it about to get it out. But if you loosen these 10 mil bolts and ever so slightly push this back without damaging the lock, you might be able to wiggle it out. Now, the way I've done it, I've literally just took it all out. It was just easier to just take it all out and then put it back on and just take the motor out whilst it was out. It was just way much more easier. And I've stuck my wiper delete. And I've cable tied, I don't know if you can see, let me just move the camera. So I've cable tied it to the door, so this doesn't rattle when I'm driving and it doesn't make a lot of noise. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The way I've done it was literally I've loosened up the two 10 mil bolts and I've took it out. But I'm sure you could be able to take it out with just taking the 10 mil bolts out, move it ever so slightly, tilt it back and just wiggle it out. I know it's a lot of effort to take the motor out because it is a lot of work, but once it comes out, you know what I mean, you could just glue your wiper delete and yeah. If you do take out the motor, yeah, alright, if you do want to take out the lock, sorry, to take the motor out easier, this clips on and clips off, and this one just literally, it's a clip. You unclip it, you pull it out, and then this releases, and then this, you could just take this out as well and then take the motor out, and then when you put it back on, put your 10 mils on first and then realign that, mark it, because if you don't mark it, yeah, the lock doesn't catch, it doesn't work properly. So mark it where it was previously, and then you could put a sellotape on it or have a chalk pen and mark it, and then when you do put it back on, it will cause no problems. This one is literally, it's just basic, it's just however you put this on, it's still gonna work. But this one is the one that you do need to put so much attention to. And the way literally, it's just, one sec, you lift it up and then it comes off and that's it. But you got to mark it, all right? And yeah, that's the way I've done it. I took the lock out, but I think if you take these off and take it off move it back ever so slightly, you might take the motor out with a bit of wiggle. It is going to be a lot of attention taking it out, but it will come out. This needs to be released to take the motor out, or it's difficult. It is actually difficult. Anyways, thank you for watching. Subscribe and like the video. Thank you.